My name is Ryan Skaggs, and this is the Mortgage Minute. Today, we are going to talk about, is 2025 the right time to buy? So, before we get into the video, make sure and like, make sure and subscribe, and stay connected as we're putting out videos all about real estate, mortgage, and interest rates on the channel. Now, let's dive into that topic today. Is 2025 the right year to buy? If you're currently renting, should you get into this market in 2025 versus maybe renting another year and going to 2026? Maybe you already own a home and you're thinking about, hey, should I sell now and then maybe buy something, or should I wait another year or two? All of these great questions. Let's first start with some assumptions. I'm in the greater Chicagoland market. My market is crazy hot right now as compared to, say, Florida or California or some other places. So make the assumption that you are in a above average market where it's decently hot and properties are going pretty fast. If you're in a below average market, meaning properties are sitting on the market for a while, then this could be drastically different advice. With that said, the data is going to tell you the same thing, and that's what we're going to dive into today. So first and foremost, with those assumptions, we're going to talk about kind of three key points: housing prices, inventory, then housing prices, and then interest rates, right? So let's go onto the screen here and let's talk about what Fannie Mae is projected. And this is as of April of 2025. So very recent data. It is May of 2025. Very recent. We see the housing forecast for April of 2025. And as we get onto the screen, I want to first talk about kind of inventory and home sales, and housing prices. So if you see in 2025 where my cursor is, you can see roughly total home sales 4,800, 4,800, 4,800, 4,900. Look at next year. They're projecting us up every step, every quarter, right? Now, it's not a significant number if you think about 4,800 here. So 24, 240 extra homes, so like 5%. So, single digit uh, increase in terms of homes, right? So my point would be is if we do see total home sales, and Fannie Mae is not rose-colored glasses and the most aggressive economic outlook. If you looked up Fannie Mae, National Association of Realtors, Mortgage Bankers Association, along with a host of other data, they're going to roughly show you the same thing: is that home sales are increasing, which is a good thing overall, but our inventory has stayed low, right? And one of the things, if our inventory does stay low, and again, I'm making that assumption, let's look at interest rates. So second quarter, that's where we're at today, around 6.5, going down to 6.3, 6.2, 6.1, 6.1, down to 6 flat. So I personally think we're going to be down around that 6 flat by the end of the year, depending on how all this tariff stuff comes into the equation. All these policies kind of break down what the Fed does. I could absolutely see us coming down to the average 30-year fixed around at 6 flat, high fives, low sixes, something around that. With that said, if we see housing prices, if we see housing inventory to continue to stay low, we do see home sales potentially projected to go up. We see interest rates going down. But take you back on the screen, because think about this. If we're going to see potentially housing sales go up, meaning more buyers are coming to the market, interest rates are a little bit lower, my contention is we're going to have a tougher market in 2026 than we have in 2025 for a buyer. I personally believe we're going to see it have more buyers in 2026 than we have in 2025. Good news for the mortgage people of the world, right? We're going to see more buyers, but it's going to be tougher to get a home because with interest rates lower, we're going to see more buyers, but maybe the same amount of inventory, if not maybe a little bit less. So if right now in my current market, we're seeing housing, the list to sale price over 100%. So if a house is listed for 800,000, it's going for over. And I could tell you a host of addresses and buyers that have had issues in terms of being 10 to 15% over asking price. That cannot continue. Now, if we do see those interest rates lower and we see more buyers, I would contend it is going to be a much tougher market for a buyer in 1 year than it is today. Now, yes, interest rates might be lower, but the price of the house will potentially be higher. Therefore, your payment might be the same, but you're going to probably have to go and pay more for that house than you would now, versus if you bought the house now and then refinanced when rates are late, or come later, or have that potential, then you'd be in a better spot. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Make sure to comment below. Make sure and click that like button. Make sure and click subscribe. And welcome to the Mortgage Minute, and we'll chat soon.